Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're doing our shaky cam interior review inside a 2019 Chevrolet Colorado four-wheel drive ZR2 Crew Short Box Bison. That's the full official name. Most people just call this the Chevy Bison or the Colorado Bison. So this is basically the Colorado with a ZR2 off-road package and the AEV, the American Expedition Vehicles, I believe is what that stands for. AEV add-on package for off-road stuff. So it adds on boron protective plates and a whole lot of other things. I'll just show you this sheet right here. So this is technically called the Monroney. And this shows you all the options, everything that's on here. Price tag on this is about $53,000. So delivered. Not bad considering. Wonderful diesel engine in this. Purrs beautifully, drives well. It's a good engine. So looking at the interior here, I'll do a full review of this, including some off-road stuff that got pretty hardcore. If you watched that video that showed my camera falling down, that was on this truck. It fell off this truck. The tether held it. It bounced around on the ground for a while. Kind of hilarious. But shows you the power of protective plates for GoPros. I'm glad I didn't run it over. That would have killed it. So just start going through it, I guess. So over here you have the child locks. Over here you have the window locks. Windows here. These are all automatic as far as going down. Only the driver's side is automatic coming up. These are the side mirrors. You are going to want to adjust those, but it does have this nice little pony mirror on it right there. That's kind of cool. You cannot adjust that one, FYI. Over here, here's the door handle. Here's the locks. Down here, bunch of stuff to know. So first we'll start with the trailer brake controls. So this has a trailering package on it. Excuse me, it comes with the plugs. And there's your brake controls right there. So you can see, you can set the stiffness, you can control them. It's just a squeeze like most of them. Over here is the dimmers. Here's the lighting. Like with most GM products, this one is easier to see because that's where the thing is, but it's still a little bit, I just wish it was a little more obvious sometimes. But there you go. Down there you can see the foot brake. You can see I have it set because parking brake. Parking brake. You are parked, you brake, right? It's in the name. You will save a lot of wear on a transmission by using that regularly. Over here is a four-wheel drive controls. So you can see I have it in two high. You can move it over to auto. Then you have 4 high, so 4 with the up arrow, 4 low, right? And that's all you have for this. It has a push button setting, which gives you this rocky terrain thing, but that's it. Your differential locks are in a completely different location. So here's this. Very intuitive, honest, when you use it. I don't know what this rocky terrain thing does. I noticed zero difference when I had it on versus having it off, bouncing around off the road. Maybe I just wasn't in the right conditions. Who knows? Coming up here, I'll do this part first. Yeah, let me just move it around a lot here. Just, you know, get you seasick. Okay. Over here's cruise control stuff. Let me point the camera at it. Cruise control stuff. So you turn it on with this, cancel it with that, set, reset, and steering wheel heat, which honestly, I don't know why that's put there, but it, you know, it does at least tell you when it's on, right? The bright little light comes on. Over here are your information controls, telematics for your telephone, and voice control right there. Voice control in the Chevys, in all the GM products that use this infotainment is very good. So I would just get used to using that. But this controls that screen right there. So you can see I had it on the real-time speedometer, digital speedometer. Now we'll look at these really quick. Here's your washer wipers. Pretty straightforward. This is how fast it goes up and down to set it. So you can see you can do like a quick 1x pulling it down, and then you can go intermittent, low, and high, pull it forward for squirters. Over here is your signal turns, so you go up and down for that, and your brights go back and forth. That's it. Nothing else on there. It has the same dongle, so they could save some cash probably, but this doesn't do anything. All right, looking at this, oh, look at that, the whole thing fits in one. Nice. So looking at the instruments, the gauge cluster here, tachometer over there, relatively important when you're off-road, but you have to get used to the fact this is a diesel engine. You're not going to be running really high RPMs in it. Most of the time you're rarely going to get above 2,500 max. I don't see any reason to go above that unless you think you have to rev to go faster. That's not how diesel engines work, but you know, that's what you feel. Over here, this is the speedometer, of course. There are no Canucks miles per hour. Over here is the fuel gauge. Highly efficient. This diesel is nutcase efficient. Really surprised. That amount of fuel usage is in roughly 200 miles of driving. That's nuts. I did not do official fuel tests, so I didn't go fill it up, drive it, fill it up, drive, you know. I didn't do that because I assume if you're buying all of this with the off-road package and everything, you really don't care that much about the fuel economy. But I will say, it is nuts. The EPA rating for this is 22 on the highway and 19 in city. I would say you at least get that on the highway. City mileage, maybe not, I don't know, but highway, definitely. And then over here's your engine heat. I just started it, so it's really not doing much yet. Again, diesel runs a little bit hotter on average than does gasoline. So the cooling is not as aggressive in a diesel engine, is how I should put that. And again, that's how a diesel operates. You have to get used to that if you're going to use it. This, by the way, is a, what's the size of this engine? It's a 2.8, I believe. Yeah, 2.8 Duramax. So nice little engine. I really like it. Purrs well. One of the few cars left that has a real key, so just point that out. But nuts, it has a remote start anyway. Cool. Obviously, you would remote start it, so you lock the door, you hold this down, the car starts, the truck, I should say, the truck starts, and then when you get in the truck, you have to insert the physical key and turn it in order to actually drive it. Infotainment screen. I like this screen. It's nicely done. Very smart. Let me put it on. Here's the main menu. So when you hit that, you see I hit that menu button. This is what you end up with. Pretty good options in here. Let me go back. That one screen we were seeing, that's basically the front screen. And then you can see just kind of what's available in here. Wi-Fi hotspot, if you have that subscription. There is a Wi-Fi hotspot in here. And a few other things. Marketplace is fun. You can order coffee and things, pull up. I've talked about that before. One of these days I'll just have to do a full-on review and just show you how that works. But there you go. My Chevrolet, if you have the app, you can use that to do a few things, sync with your phone and do a few things. Just cool stuff. Here's the camera. There's just a backup camera. That's all that's on here. One thing I would like, that I would enjoy, is if this had surround cameras, because off-roading, I really like to be able to look one side or the other or right in front and see how close I'm getting to stuff. And then if you have a trailer on, so you can back up to the trailer, and there's your setup for that, and there you go. So you back up to that shows you exactly where the hitch would be, right? So when I move the wheel, there you go. Really kind of cool. I like this system, actually. And then you have hard buttons for home and back and so on. And this is for volume. This is for the track. You can select by pushing that. Down here, climate controls, which I forgot to turn off. You have pretty straightforward dual zone. Set it how you want it. Turn it on with this. Turn it off with this. Turn it on automatic with that. AC and so on. Down here is your traction control. Duke's lights. Exhaust brake when you have a trailer on. Basically, this just turns on trailering mode. But it does activate an exhaust brake that it doesn't make much noise. It's a small engine, so there's not a whole lot of noise associated with it. But it will keep you at a good speed going down a hill. It's useful for that. Here's your hill descent. Here's your cargo light activation. And then these are your differential locks. So rear differential there, front differential there. Yes, you can do them individually. That's kind of cool. I found it very useful when I was trying to climb a rock a little bit and it wasn't catching. I locked the front, boom, went right up it. Down here's your bun warmers, and they're in the Chevy style, so they're split. You can just do your back, or you can do your back and your butt. really nice. This, kind of a useless little storage bin. Really can't put much there. If you valet the car or something, you could drop the key right there, I guess. USB's right there. Random tag from something right there. 12 volt under here. Whoops, lifts up. And a nice spot for your phone. I've just been dropping mine in there. I would like it. There is another spot for your phone, but I'll show you it's largely useless. Not a good design job on that. Shifter right here. You push the button up here, I should say. You pull this trigger, push the button, whatever you want to say, and you pull it back and forth. Get your shifting, and then right here is the transmission control so you can choose your gearing right there. Drink holders, good size. They're bigger than they look. You can get a lot in there, but you won't get your giant 7-gulp in there, right? Down here, this is a wireless charging pad for a phone, but I have yet to find a phone that actually fits in it. So I wish I had my dummy phone out here. I forgot it, but it's about the same size as the phone I'm recording this with, and that neither of these phones, even that one with no case on it, will fit in there flat. So no idea what this is for. My wife's phone won't fit in there. I don't know what this is for. If you know, it's sized for the wrong kind of phone. That's what I can say. Maybe if you're like, you know, they probably play tested it with like the tiny Apple products, the ones that everybody can actually afford. They probably use that. So here's the armrest, nicely done. I like in here. Oh, I got mail. I better remember that. I like this. Good size storage bin, really big, but there are no plugs. Notice that? No plugs. This is just a dead thing. I don't know what it's for. Nothing in here, but good sized bin. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. I had almost my entire camera bag in there, honest. So you can get a good amount of stuff in there. Excuse me. Pretty plain interior, other than a few marks like the AEV rubberized floor mats that are fitted and a few other things, but otherwise it's black on cream with no sunroof. Another option that wasn't in this, but nicely done. I like this interior, even though it's boring. There are things to like. See the stitching on those seats. The back seat's a decent size for kids. I wouldn't. Well, I guess you could put an adult back there if you don't like them. And of course the cargo bed back there. This is the short bed version. The interior is comfortable. That's surprising because it's a small truck, but it is one of the more comfortable I've been in. Far better than the best seller in the segment. Far better than that. I'll say that right off. But there are a couple that might be a little better than this. But honest, this is definitely top tier as far as comfort goes. And looks good. I really like this package with the diesel and the AEV add-ons. It really makes this look awesome and exceedingly off-road capable. Easily on par with any of the competitors that sell themselves as serious off-road vehicles. Very much on par with those. However, have to point this out, we do have a Jeep Gladiator coming that is, I would say for sure, better than this off-road. I don't know though, because I have seen where people have done side-by-sides. My friends at TFL, some other people did that, and they did better in this than they did in the Gladiator. But some of that, I'm honestly going to say that particular video, I think it was because Roman was a little too trepidatious. That's a good word, trepidatious. Go look it up. Roman was a little too easy on that Jeep. I think he could have smacked it around a little more and it would have been fine. But they were in a prototype, you know, it was loaned to them in Moab just for that. So I will say, for the test that was being done, yes, this did do better. But I think the Gladiator was way more capable than Roman gave it credit for. But again, I haven't done that, so I haven't done a side-by-side like that, but I have driven both of them now, and I will say this is exceedingly capable. But there's a but. When you put the Rubicon package on that Gladiator, there's a lot it can do that I don't know that this could pull it off. However, video, I'll show you a video right now. So that trail that this is on right now, where my camera fell off and all that funny stuff, that trail that's on, I've only taken 2 other vehicles down that same hill or up that same hill. One of them said Power Wagon on it. The other one said Rubicon on it. So that tells you the level that this has. This truck is far more capable than most of the, including, I will say it, including TRD Pro, far more capable off the road. So, yeah, kudos to Chevy and to AEV, because this is wonderfully done for off-roading. So that's what I got. I'm basically just saying a lot of stuff that's probably going to generate a lot of negative comments, people that don't like it. But whatever. That's what I got. This has been Aaron, AaronOnAutos.com, in the 2019 Chevrolet Colorado 4-wheel drive ZR2 Cruise Short Box Bison. I love using full names like that. It's like when your mom yells at you across the house, uses your full name. It sounds weird because you never hear it, right? Right. So anyway, that's what I got. Aaron, AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon.
Subscribe.